Hello, my name is Preston Clayton, and today I'll be presenting the impact of nutrition on childhood development. Nutrition is the cornerstone of healthy growth and directly influences how children develop physically, cognitively, and emotionally. This presentation explores how nutrition affects these three domains, the disparities across different cultures, and why early prevention and intervention are essential to promoting lifelong health and well-being. Nutrition plays a vital role in every aspect of a child's growth, from height and weight to bone density, muscle mass, and brain development. A well-balanced diet ensures that children meet their physical and developmental milestones. The age range covered in this study includes infancy through adolescence, which is when nutritional needs are most critical. The focus question guiding this presentation is, how does nutrition affect childhood development across physical, cognitive, and emotional domains? Let's start with physical development. According to the Cleveland Clinic, normal growth includes steady increases in height, weight, and muscle coordination. During early childhood, children progress from crawling to walking, running, and jumping from ages 3 to 5. And by age 5, most children can hop on one foot, use basic utensils, and dress themselves independently. These milestones demonstrate increasing fine and gross motor control. For example, turning pages in a book, drawing basic shapes, or catching a football. Proper nutrition during these years ensures that muscles and bones strengthen at the right rate and that energy levels remain stable to support active play. When it comes to normal cognitive development, rapid brain growth supports learning, memory, and problem solving. From 0 to 3, they can begin identifying objects, follow directions, and solve simple problems. From preschool years, 3 to 5, they can use logic and understand time concepts. They begin learning early literacy and math skills, such as counting to 10, rhyming words, and learning letters. Language development and emotional growth happen alongside physical and cognitive milestones. The Cleveland Clinic notes that language skills evolve from babbling during infancy to forming complete sentences by age 4. By preschool, children can retell stories and use several hundred words. Social-emotional growth begins with forming secure attachments to caregivers and showing affection through hugs or cuddles. Between 1 and 3 years old, children begin demonstrating empathy, comforting others, or recognizing emotions. And by ages 4 to 5, they can cooperate in group play, follow rules, and self-regulate, meaning they can calm themselves after short frustrations or separations. Balanced nutrition supports the energy and brain chemistry needed for emotional stability and social engagement. Children's growth depends on both macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients is going to include carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. They provide the energy and building blocks for physical growth and brain development. Micronutrients, on the other hand, are going to be the smaller nutrients like iron, calcium, omega-3s, vitamin D, potassium, vitamin A, and vitamin C. They support vital functions like immune defense, bone strength, and cognitive performance. As noted by Birch and Fisher, consistent nutrient intake throughout the day helps sustain energy levels, focus, and learning. Both macronutrients and micronutrients are equally vital to healthy childhood development. Unfortunately, when nutritional needs aren't met, physical development suffers. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, inadequate nutrition can cause stunted growth, underweight development, weak muscles, and low energy that limits play and exploration. Children may also experience frequent illness due to poor immune function, delayed puberty, and slower recovery from injury or sickness. Conversely, overnutrition, diets high in sugar and fat, increases risks for obesity and chronic conditions such as diabetes and hypertension. Both extremes show how essential nutrient balance is for healthy growth, and we need to balance nutrient levels evenly. But more than just physical consequences, malnutrition affects the cognitive side as well. According to the World Health Organization, nutrients such as iron, omega-3s, and glucose fuel brain structure and function. So deficiencies can actually reduce focus, slow learning, and lower IQ. Diets high in sugar and processed foods can negatively affect memory and concentration, whereas a balanced diet can actually promote academic achievement and cognitive resilience. The American Psychological Association found that iron deficiency impairs memory and attention, while omega-3s support neuron communication. So macro and micronutrients are very important on how the brain functions, and especially in children as they're growing. Nutrition also influences emotional and behavioral health a lot. The American Psychological Association reports that low levels of iron, omega-3s, and B vitamins are linked to irritability, anxiety, and low energy in children. Diets high in sugar and processed foods often contribute to hyperactivity and behavioral issues. Malnourished or undernourished children may withdraw socially or struggle to form peer relationships due to low confidence. On the positive side, good, well-balanced diets that are rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains promote stable moods, emotional regulation, and stronger classroom engagement. Children who eat breakfast daily typically perform better academically and display fewer emotional outbursts. Nutrition is deeply affected by cultural and economic context. The World Health Organization and the CDC highlighted that millions of children live in food deserts where healthy, affordable foods are scarce and limited. Family traditions and cultural practices also shape dietary habits. For example, some cultures emphasize home-cooked, nutrient-rich meals, while others rely on processed or convenience foods due to time and financial constraints. Low-income families often face cost barriers that lead to calorie-dense, low-nutrient diets, increasing risks for obesity or malnutrition. Globally, the U.S. faces high childhood obesity rates, while developing nations struggle with stunting and undernutrition. Education and access to health care remain major barriers to improvement. It should come obvious that early prevention is much more effective than trying to treat it later on. According to the CDC, establishing healthy eating habits early in life will promote long-term growth, strong immunity, and better learning outcomes. Parents do play a crucial role. Children model their eating behaviors, so when a parent makes a healthy choice, kids are more likely to do the same. There are programs out there, such as WIC, Head Start, and school nutrition programs that teach families about portion sizes, balanced meals, and healthy routines. Birch and Fisher found that exposure to nutritious foods during early childhood predicts healthier eating behaviors throughout life. When we do come across malnutrition, early intervention and consistent postvention are essential to restoring and maintaining healthy development. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, effective intervention begins with access to nutritious meals in schools, regular health screenings, and guidance for pediatric professionals who can identify deficiencies early. Community-based programs such as SNAP and school lunch initiatives also play a vital role by ensuring children consistently receive nutrient-dense meals, especially in low-income areas. Postvention focuses on sustaining these improvements through continued education, family nutrition, and counseling and follow-up care. The evidence seems clear. Balanced diets directly enhance school performance, physical growth, and emotional well-being. The World Health Organization notes that deficiencies in iron or vitamin D correlate with lower IQ and slower physical development. Early nutrition is one of the strongest predictors of lifelong health outcome. Research consistently recommends balanced meals, limited processed foods, and strong early education programs that make healthy food accessible to everybody. In closing, nutrition shapes both the mind and the body. Healthy eating during childhood supports lifelong success. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention emphasizes that early education and food access build stronger, more resilient communities. Just like the saying goes, healthy children build a healthy future. By investing in early nutrition, we invest in our future generations, cognitive development, emotional well-being, and long-term health. Join us together in this movement. This concludes my presentation on the impact of nutrition on childhood development. Thank you very much for your time and attention. The sources are listed here.